All right, today we're talking about a tool that wants to bring AIOps right into your SAP world. It's called GNDLTF. And the whole idea is to stop system problems before they even start and just make everything run smoother.
So let's kick things off with a question that might hit a little too close to home if you manage SAP systems. Are you really in control? Or does it sometimes feel like this system is the one calling the shots, constantly demanding your attention?
And that feeling, it takes us right into the daily grind for so many basis consultants and admins. We're calling it the SAP Admin's Dilemma. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? These are those familiar, just relentless headaches. I mean, the day in, day out stuff. Your file systems are creeping towards that scary 95% mark. You're getting NetWeaver Java heap warnings again. And oh, the endless manual cleanup of old logs and job logs, not to mention all those GDPR tasks. Then you've got the bigger picture things, like trying to hunt down CPU bottlenecks or figure out how much disk space you're actually going to need. It feels like you're in this constant battle, just trying to keep things from falling apart. And what's the result of all that? Well, you're not getting to do the important strategic work. Nope, you're just trapped in this never-ending 24/7 cycle of reactive firefighting. You're always chasing problems, always one step behind. But what if you could completely flip that script? What if you had, say, an assistant working for you around the clock? Well, it's time to meet your AI robot. The whole philosophy behind this thing is simple, but it's really powerful. It's automation by heart. It's all about making a fundamental shift away from jumping in manually to fix things and towards an intelligent, automated way of running the show. Okay, so what is GNDLF exactly? Think of it as your basis AI robot. And here's the crucial part. It's a tool that was designed, is supported, and is constantly being developed by certified SAP basis consultants. So this isn't some generic automation tool. It's built by people who've been in the trenches for people who are in the trenches. So that covers the who behind it, but let's dig into the what's. How does this actually help you on a normal Tuesday? This is where we get to see everyday automation in action. GNDLF basically comes with a whole automated toolkit right out of the box. You're getting comprehensive system monitoring that looks at everything: SAP, your database, the OS. It handles all that automated housekeeping and cleanup we were just talking about. Plus, you get these really clear performance dashboards, mobile-friendly daily reports, and alarms that actually get ahead of the problem. Okay, that's a lot to take in, so let's zoom in on just one really powerful feature to see how this works in the real world: the OOM dump robot. And if you're not familiar, OOM just stands for out of memory, which, as you know, is a really bad day for any Java system. Okay, so picture this. A Java node crashes with an out-of-memory error. Here's what the robot does, instantly, without a single person having to log in. First, boom, it detects the crash. Second, it automatically zips up those critical dump files that your developers are going to need for their analysis. Third, it moves those zipped files to a safe location, out of the way. Fourth, and this is key, it cleans up the now unnecessary massive dump files from the live file system to free up critical space. And the result? The business has no idea anything even happened. Operations just keep humming along, completely uninterrupted. And see, this is way more than just reacting faster. This is about moving from basic automation to real, genuine intelligence. It's about predicting problems with AI. So how in the world does it do that? Well, instead of just relying on some static preset alarm like alert me at 90%, GNDLF's AI actually watches and learns your system's unique rhythm over time. It builds a baseline of what normal looks like for your specific environment, on your specific hardware, with your specific workloads. And that is the absolute key to spotting trouble way before it turns into a crisis. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way is all reactive, right? You get an alert after the file system is already at 95% or a server has already crashed. The GNDLF way? It's proactive. You get an anomaly alert the moment the system starts acting weird, long before it ever hits a critical point. It's literally the difference between a fire alarm screaming when the building's already on fire and a smoke detector that warns you at the first sign of trouble. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but what's the catch? Fair question. So let's pull back the curtain and look at how their free model actually works. The pricing is actually really straightforward. You can see here the GNDLF software itself, for an unlimited number of servers, is totally free for life.
The costs are a one-time fee to get it installed and set up, and then there's an optional subscription if you want premium support and all the future upgrades.
And this is really important. You are not locked in. You can absolutely run GNDLF without that support subscription. If you're comfortable managing it yourself and handling the upgrades, the core tool is yours to use for free.
So that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? After all this time being managed by your system's constant demands, are you ready to flip the script and let your robot do the heavy lifting? I mean, this is a fundamental shift, moving away from that constant firefighting and towards a proactive, automated, and frankly, a much saner way of running your systems.